Dear students, welcome you all for the 23rd session of Modern Marketing second chapter. So in this session, we are going to discuss in detail about buying decision process, that is consumer buying decision process. So we are going to discuss the meaning of consumer decision, then consumer buying decision process in detail. So in the last session, we have discussed factors influencing consumer behavior. So in that session, we have discussed introduction, then meaning, then what are the various factors such as socio-cultural factors, economic factors, personal factors, other factors, and psychological factors. All these factors are discussed in detail in that session, that is 22nd session. So what is the learning objective of this session? To make the students know the concept of consumer decision process. The outcome of this session is the student will come to have the clarity on the concept of consumer decision process. Now let us see the meaning of consumer decision process. So consumer decision process refers to the decision making stages that a consumer undergoes before, during, and after they buy a product or service. So it is nothing but it's a decision making process. Say before you buy a product, you have to take a decision which product you are going to buy. So unless you make the decision, you cannot buy, because you cannot go to a shop and buy a product. You have to decide in advance whatever the product. It may be on the spot decision or it may be an advanced plan, but you have to take a decision to buy. So after that, after taking the decision, you have to see whether decision is right or not. So it is consumer decision making process is nothing but the decision making process which he undergoes before, during, and after buying a product or service. So this is what the consumer decision process is. So in this, first a consumer recognizes a problem. So he thinks of a problem recognition. Then information search, he searches for the information regarding that problem. So once he searches the information through website, to people, the friends, then evaluation of alternatives, what alternatives he can have, maximum alternatives. Then out of this alternative he will select one, then he will purchase a product. Then once he purchases the product, it is not over, then it leads to post-purchase evaluation behaviors. So this is what the consumer decision process is. So it starts with problem recognition, then it ends with evaluation of post-purchase evaluation. And again it will start with problem recognition. So it is a cycle. So let's discuss one by one. So first step is problem recognition. So ಈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನೀಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಗೋ ಟು ಅ ಶಾಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ನೀಡ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ a need for a product or need for a service. So that's the first thing a consumer has to identify. Then need recognition, whether prompted internal or externally. So it may be prompted internally within yourself, or externally, maybe by the advice of somebody else, maybe friends, relatives, or anybody. So it can be prompted within or externally, results in the same response. So all these result in the same response, that is a want. So I develop a want, that I want a pen, I want a book, I want a mobile phone, I want a refrigerator, I want a bag, I want a bottle, all these things. So once the consumer recognizes a want, then what he does is, then he starts gathering information regarding that particular want, where it is available, which shop, how much price, quality, quantity, everything. So that leads to the second step. Okay, once he develops the want, once he finalizes want, then they try to gather the information to understand how they can fulfill this particular want, which leads to second step. So what is the second step? Second step is information search. Yes, exactly. Nobody will purchase a good without making a research. So that means we are everyday researchers, because whatever the product that we purchase, without making a little bit of research, we are not going to purchase. Okay, it may be a routine activity, but still we make a small amount of research. So that is very important in buying decision. So this is a very important step. So when researching their options, consumers again rely on external and internal factors, fast interactions with the product or brand. So again, what you do is you collect the information internal or external. Internal means which is available within your smartphone or within your family members, within yourself. Sometimes external in the sense outside. Okay, it may be through e-commerce companies, it may be through different websites, Google, anything. So you can collect the informations or through interactions with the person who has already purchased that product or brand. So this is how the information is gathered. So in this stage, they may browse through options at a physical location or consult online resources such as there are so many online resources, okay, Google's or customer reviews. So in this stage, they may browse through the options, okay, in a physical location. So in the physical location, whether it is near to me, okay, whether how much product, in the sense what is the price of the product, what is the quality of, what is the quantity of the product, when it is available, where how far it is, everything will be done, our search will be done. So that is a physical search, or consult online resources, because you have so many e-commerce websites, in that you will get a rating and also the customer reviews. So it is easy for you to get your information for your product. So this is the second stage of, that is information search. The third one is evaluation of alternatives. So once you have gathered the information, our next stage leads to evaluation of various alternatives. So at this point, prospective buyer develops a criteria for what they want in a product. Okay, so they develop the criteria. So if you are purchasing a mobile phone, see these many criteria it should have, these many features it should have. If you are buying a motor bicycle, this many features it should have. If it has these many features, then only I am going to buy. So this is what alternative. Otherwise, I have another plan, I have another alternative, you can say that. So they weigh their prospective choices against comparable alternatives. So I have one particular alternative. Whenever I get new products, then I compare with that alternative. So it's easy for me to compare and select the best one. So when you have 2 or 3 alternatives, we can search. For example, if you have searched mobile for three brands, then we can compare all these 3 brands, which is the best brand, we can select it. So alternatives can be lower price. So what can be the alternatives? It can be low price. For example, one is charging 15,000, another charging 14,000. Which one is preferred? Same quality. So 14,000 is preferred. So additional product benefits. So somebody is offering insurance along with their mobile phone for 1 year. So definitely people will buy that, because insurance is what is required, because we cannot believe in smartphones. Once it falls down on the floor, it will get damaged. Then product availability. So how the product is available. For example, if you go to the shop and if the product is not available, next time also if you go and not available, third time we will definitely not go to that shop. So availability of the product is also important. So it serves as another alternative. Then or something as proposal or as color or style or options. So here people also evaluate the alternate with regard to color and also style of the product. So which color, okay, they want, okay, and what style, which style they want. So all these which will lead to evaluation of alternatives. Then purchase. So now you take a decision. So after evaluating so many alternatives, now you take a final decision, and that is the decision to purchase. So once the buyer gathers all the facts, including feedback from the previous customers, they arrive at a logical conclusion on the product or service to purchase. So now you have gathered all the information, you have selected the best alternative. So once you select the best alternative, then you come to the logical conclusion that this product is good, so this product I am going to purchase. So this is the fourth stage in a consumer decision making process, and very important process. Then finally, fifth one, post-purchase evaluation and behaviors. So it involves reflection from both the consumer and the seller. Post-purchase in the sense, after consuming the product, what happened? So what changes it has bought? Okay, what benefit it has given both to the consumer and also the seller. So the seller should find whether the purchases met the need of the consumer identified. So seller should find, okay, whether the purchase met the need of the consumer identified, because consumer will have a particular need. Now seller's responsibility to see that particular consumer is satisfied with that product. Okay, so consumer marketer has to evaluate, the buyer has to evaluate with regard to his purchase, whether he has given the right quality of purchase to the right price. Then whether customers happy with the purchase. So this is also very important. So once you purchase, you will come to know, okay, whether I am happy or not happy. For example, if you have purchased one mobile phone and it's every day it's hanging, so that means you are not happy, you want to return it back. So this is off. You have to evaluate the post purchase decision. Then how can they contribute to be engaged with this customer? So it's another major challenge. Okay, now we have delivered the product, evaluating the post purchase decision. Now the next step is to how can we assure that your customers to be engaged with the, in the sense, how can we engage with the customers forever? So they should not go to other shop, or they should not be withdraw from our shop, from our scheme. So once a customer goes to other shop, it's very difficult to bring him back. So it's another challenge for the company to keep the customer back. So this is what, from this session we have learned what is the consumer buying decision process. There are basically 5 processes. I hope you understood all these processes, and definitely you will like this video, and we will definitely meet in the next session. So till then, thank you so much for your patience listening. Thank you.